is my first guest today. And he guesses consensus All-American, more receiving yards than anyone else in college football in 2024. As a tight end, by the way, which is crazy. Out of Bowling Green State University, Harold Fannin Jr. Who is this little kid?
Man, that's me. My first year ever playing football right there.
What would you tell him about what's going on in your process journeying to the NFL right now? How crazy is this?
Man, I'll probably tell him, man, I'm very proud of him, man, especially where he at today. He looked good, too, as well. Tell him that.
Where do we get the Skelly nickname from? Are all NFL fans needing to be on board? What's the Skelly?
So long story short, ended up hurting my hamstring my freshman year. And my coach is like one of those guys who wants to play through injuries. And then he ended up saying I can do Skelly. And one of my teammates, Diego, he just started calling me Skelly ever since. And he just ran with it next. Everybody started calling me Skelly. So that's where the Skelly man
Do we
came.
want to bring Skelly to the NFL?
I'm down. I'm down for it. You know, I got my Twitch name is Skelly, so I'm definitely down for it.
I love that. I thought it had to do with you turning defenders into skeletons or something like you did with this. Talk me through this touchdown, 60 yards, Old Dominion, go.
I mean, shoot, kind of just threw a great ball. I just went up there and grabbed it and kind of really just zoned out at that point and just, hey, made a play.
I don't know how you kept balance.
I don't know either, but hey, there go JV right there.
I don't know how you stayed in bounds, let alone you ran past everyone on that sideline. So shout out to Malcolm Johnson Jr. for the block too. We see that, we see him. You are so impressive. There's so much to talk about. Thank you for making time in this incredibly busy part of your life, and congratulations on everything. I got to tell you, I've interviewed, I've talked to, I've gotten to know a lot of prospects, and I don't know if I've ever had to do this for a prospect. Here's a list of most of the FBS records that you set in college. This is diabolical. What sticks out to you? What's your favorite on this list? Which one means the most?
Probably go with the 117 receptions, man. That definitely got to be the one that definitely stand out. I never thought I would have caught that many passes in a season.
Why is that one so special?
I mean, it just shows how much, you know, a quarterback care about me, really.
Yeah. NFL and how much you care about football and how much of you give 1,000% out of 100%. You broke at least 21 records at Bowling Green. I didn't even have enough space. Those are some of them. I thought almost 120 yards a game as a tight end. That is crazy work.
That is crazy. I did not know that.
Are you pretty humble, Harold?
Yeah. I say I'm very humble for the most part, yeah.
Yeah. I can tell. The transfer portal I want to get to, it is all the rage right now. Why decide to stay at Bowling Green instead of doing what a lot of people would do, enter the transfer portal and go to a bigger school?
Yeah, I definitely say the relationships I built with my coaches, that definitely played a role. And, you know, the role I play on my offense, you know, I kind of was the guy, you know, everything was really centered around me. It's like, why leave that?
And you can do it all. I know that you're playing tight end. You've lined up at running back. Your versatility speaks volumes. You deciding to stay, I think, says a lot about you. There's a lot of draft experts and former coaches of yours, even who I read, were saying that you can play multiple positions. The tight end running back combo we're talking about in our morning meeting. Maybe Jonnu Smith a little bit. Like nobody really does that. How many teams that you've talked to have talked about you lining up at running back?
It's kind of crazy, but none really talking about that. I mean, they just really want to like kind of just pick my brain on stuff. They never really just talk about, you know, what the position I'm playing. They just wouldn't really know, you know, what am I thinking, you know, what's going on during the snap and stuff like that.
What's crazy about that?
I mean that, you know, it's on tape and, you know, nobody ever really questioned it, you know.
I would like to see it. I think it'd be very cool. We spent like a half hour talking about it on our morning call. Like, what would this look like in the NFL? Do you ever think about it?
Nah, I'm not really that far in, you know what I mean? I'm just right now
Yeah.
just thinking about the draft and stuff like that. But I mean, it could be something special for sure.
I was reading that you have a unique running style. Do you think that you do?
Yeah, my mom, you know, she talked to me about it. She also talked
Your
to me about
mom?
Yeah, the way I also run, so my feet point out and stuff like that, so it look funny. They don't know which way you're going and all this and that. But yeah.
I mean, there's draft experts. There's one that said you run like a duck. I think you do it on purpose.
Yeah, yeah. It also helped me change direction a little bit. You got to run on the instep sometimes, you know what I mean, to set defenders up.
It is so hard. We're watching highlights this morning, and it's so hard to tell where you're going. I mean, obviously you have the most broken tackles in a season by a tight end, 34. You set a PFF record. Like the defenders fly by you. They don't know where you're going. I think you do it on purpose.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely is something I think I do on purpose as well. It's definitely not, genetics or anything.
It's a superpower. I love that. Like, take that, draft analyst. It's a great thing, and clearly effective. You have your eyes on the draft. You just said you're focused on that. You haven't gotten that far into it. When's your visit with the Niners?
Then the next week, I think. I
Are
don't
you
know. I
excited?
got a couple of visits set up. Yeah, yeah, I'm very excited.
Okay. I mean, I hope they talk to you about how you'd fit in your offense alongside George Kittle. What do you think of that?
Sounds great to me. I got Kittle was like one of the top tight ends, that I ever watched really. So I'm very excited, if that was a thing. Yeah.
What do you like about George Kittle's game? What makes him one of the best tight ends?
I think it's really like it's just his personality and like how much a team player he is. I feel like that really stick out to me.
Okay, and I was seeing that some people were saying that you could take the Debo Samuel role. Would you be into that?
I'd definitely be down to doing that, man. Get paid a
You
lot,
like to run. You like to. I know. I know. We're the tight end thing is like the focus, but like
Mhm.
it's another. Running like a duck, superpower, versatility, especially in that offense. They just love offensive weapons.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Who are the other visits?
I got the Broncos. I got the
Okay.
Lions. Got the Browns. Uh, got the Chiefs. So yeah, it should be fun.
Okay. I know for a fact from talking to Bo Nix and from Coach Payton, he's gonna make you shake your backpack out onto the table. So that is
Yeah,
your. This is your. I don't know if you've met Coach Payton, but this is my advice to you. Have really football-y stuff in there. Like no, not even like chewing gum or candy or like just football-y stuff. And he literally will lose his mind. Like that's like what does it for him. Isn't that weird? But that's
that's
good advice. He
good.
was like, "What's in your backpack?" That's what he did to Bo Nix, and Bo Nix had like a playbook and like tape. Like that's all
Mhm.
that's all he had. And Sean Payton talks about it a lot. Broncos would be fun. Denver would be fun.
Yeah, definitely fun.
Okay, so you got those visits you're focused on. I have a question for you. You didn't mention
Mhm.
Eagles. When's the last time you spoke to Coach Scott Leffler?
Well, I kind of spoke to him actually right after my pro day. I was on the phone with him. We chatted up a little bit, but happy that the guy ended up going to the Eagles. Man, I know he's excited. Can't wait to play against him or be with him.
Head coach of Bowling Green for your 3 years there. He's now the quarterback coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. I never put anything past them in their front office to go ahead and grab the best talent available. There's some um, there's interesting things in the air that might be a very cute fit, but you're going to go where you're supposed to go and have an amazing career. And you're from Ohio, so we wanted to get to this. LeBron James, you said, of course, one of your role models.
Yeah.
What specifically, if there's one thing from his life or his career that sort of inspires or motivates you, what is that?
I definitely say, kind of like how he's like with his family, but it's all like private. And he's like one of the world's famous people. I kind of like that about him, like how famous he is, but like he's always family first.
I love that. Do you think he would be, how good of a tight end would he be in the NFL?
Probably be the goat at that as well, man. LeBron can do anything in my eyes.
Being from Ohio, you're not just from Ohio, you're from Canton. You were like meant to be an NFL star. It's all happening for you. We wanted to play a quick game called Hall of Fan, and of course, based off Hall of Fame. And you're just going to answer some quick questions. What vacation spot makes it into your Hall of Fame?
Vacation spot. Probably be Bora Bora. I see the photos online. There's definitely a place I want to definitely go.
That's a Super Bowl win, and then you fly right there from the game. That sounds perfect. How about your Hall of Fame dessert?
Cheesecake, gotta go with strawberry cheesecake. Love the Cheesecake Factory as well.
You answered that very fast. What's your Cheesecake Factory order? I just read yesterday they're adding 50 new items to the
Uh,
Cheesecake Factory menu, and I'm like, y'all already have 7,000 items. What are we doing?
yeah, I'm very simple. You know, I go there, I go get the gumbo. I think the gumbo the best thing on their menu.
Delicious. Love their gumbo. What about movie? What's your Hall of Fame movie?
Hall of Fame movie. I'll probably say Midnight at Magnolia. You know, I'm a romance type of guy. I like watching romance movies, so I definitely go with that.
Love that. Harold, what about you mentioned Twitch. What about the Hall of Fame video game?
Hall of Fame video game. I'm kind of new to it, but I'm really liking it. I definitely say Siege. You know, Rainbow Six. That definitely got to be it.
Never heard of it. Love that for you. Do you play Madden at all?
I used to, but then everybody started, you know, end up being good on it. You know all the playbooks, so I stopped. I had to stop buying it.
I love that. So great to meet you. Anything you want NFL fans to know about you? You know what I'd like to know? We know you're versatile. We know you're athletic. We know you can play multiple positions. You're down for anything. You are loyal. All of these great things. What's something that isn't getting enough love that I can help you with to get out there?
Uh, I mean, not really. I mean, I feel like I'm a laid back type of guy. If you guys don't know this about me, I love fishing. You know, I've been fishing since I was young. I used to fish with my granddad. You know, my mom also, you know, big into fishing. So I kind of just grew up fishing a lot. So that's something I want to know.
What's the most impressive catch you've ever had?
Most probably when I played Kent State this past year and I caught the ball like with the back of my helmet with one hand. Pretty dope.
Oh, I thought I was talking about a fishing catch, but that's even better. See,
Oh,
Harold?
yeah,
Nope,
yeah,
always
yeah.
thinking about ball. He is ball.
Yeah.
Okay, and he knows ball. He's coming to an NFL team near you. Good luck with those meetings with the Niners. Maybe you'll get to
Thank
meet George Kittle. That'll be amazing. And I'm telling you about the Sean Payton tip. You're going to meet with the Broncos, and maybe you'll end up with the Eagles. Wherever you end up, we will be cheering you on. Harold Fan, and thank you for joining us.
thank you.